don't see that being dealt with in the papers.
Well, it's dealt with in the 15.3. Let me repeat again. We accept that the matter, as I said earlier to Justice, there's nothing stopping that's direct access by implication means that the matter can go to the High Court. But we say that...
For you, just to preface it, it's on the applicant to show why it should be decided by this court.
Yes. Why? It's because if we did that and waited for the matter, what we call the inevitable referral to this court, as I say in 3 or 4 years' time. If we waited for that inevitable arrival of this matter to this court, by then there would be no country left in the sense that you would have had an illegal...
Is that dealt with on the papers?
Yes, Justice. When we say the very nature of the matter, then let me pause there and tell you what the very nature of the matter is.
No, I think
well,
judges understand the nature of the matter.
It
wasn't clear to us there'll be no country left as the submission that you made.
Yes. So the nature of the matter, the nature of the revelations, the nature of what we're dealing with here is such that, so when I say the nature, I don't have now in this and then say that nature is ABCD. That nature is in the founding affidavit as it is. So when I'm dealing with direct access, I'm dealing with someone who has read the full affidavit, who knows that we're dealing with implied powers that may not exist. We're dealing with 3 acting ministers and all that. We're dealing with a judiciary that is investigating, that is being investigated by a member of the judiciary. We're dealing with the possible usurpation of JSC powers and all those things. That's what we mean by the nature of the matter.
I have 2 more questions, Mr. Mpofu. The one relates to separation of powers.
Yes.
We look at Section 85.
Yes, I have.
Section 85 vests with the president.
Correct.
Now, would it not imperil the separation of powers if this court was to interfere with the president's exercise of his authority?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't.
With the president.
Correct. That the president can, we're not in England where the Queen can do whatever they want. Here we have a constitution. So the president can do whatever he wants, but it must be rational. And who are the determinants of rationality? Judges. So the only place, once you feel that the president has done anything that's irrational, there's only one place where you can go to. It's a court of law. If that court of law is going to say, well, go back to the president, well, then we'll have no country again.
Mr. Mpofu, if the court is not with you on the merits, what are your submissions about costs?
The 2 applicants, at least, well, in short, Biowash applies.
Now, the applicants, and I think, have made numerous allegations that don't directly relate to the merits in this matter. They refer to the president protecting Minister Nkunu because he's a political ally. They refer to Phala Phala. They refer to State Capture Commission, which don't directly relate to the legal questions in this matter.
In what ways, Justice?
And if they don't directly relate to the legal questions, is the applicant's primary goal political? And should they be spared from costs?
Okay, first let's start with the first leg. I can't fathom why the allegations, which are not denied, by the way, about what we call the factional or political affinities or the historical relationship between the president and Minister Mchunu. Everybody knows that they were the two top of the ticket in the so-called CR17 matter that has come to this court before. So I'm sure this court is familiar with it. Everybody also knows the Pala matter has also come to this court. So everyone knows that that matter is in the public domain, even if it had not come to this court. So if one makes, you can't just, if you wanted to impose costs on the applicant, you would do so if they come and said, no, the president is just biased, without substantiating. But when they substantiate, and you want to punish them for substantiating why they're saying the president is the reason why he is treating Minister Mchunu differently from Deputy Minister Whitfield, is because the one is his political ally, and explain why. If you're going to be punished for that, for substantiating, that it might not be so is a different matter. But to be prohibited by a court from saying it, then again we'll have no country. Because it would mean nobody must say what is, that must even allege, let alone anything about this president. They mustn't allege it, let alone having to establish it. Well, that's fine then. Then in that case, yes, the applicants should be punished for expressing a view about why they are saying the president is biased in this particular case. Then they can be punished or face the can be punished or face the yes. In any event, just it's interesting, but the the president is not asking for costs, let alone punitive costs that are now being suggested. And I'm sure it's because the president understands. In fact, the president has dealt with those issues, with the Pala and the...
Mr.
Sorry.
Pofu, nothing has been suggested. Questions are being posed,
Yes,
on
okay,
which we
yes.
would like to hear your view.
Yes. No, I'm saying...
Just
yeah.
to make that clear.
Yes.
But you've answered my question.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pofu.
It's a pleasure.
Justice Mhlantla.
Mr. Mpofu,
Yes, Justice Matop.
well, it is common cause that this matter is urgent. All the parties agree.
I would have thought so, Justice Matop.
And if it is urgent, it is also common cause that for you to come home, you have to establish whether you have exclusive jurisdiction or direct access.
Yes.
You may be weak on exclusive jurisdiction,
Yes.
but you'd come home on direct access.
That's,
Speaking for myself,
yes.
I think you do come home on direct access
Thank you, Justice Matop.
for the reason that you've expressed.
Thank you, Justice.
I'm just saying it.
Yes.
But my mind is open, I'm keeping an open mind. Yeah. Your colleagues, prima facie, your colleagues may convince me otherwise.
That's good, please.
So then there are three issues.
Yes.
It's the issue of
Leave of absence.
whether the president has implied power or not. And you are saying Masetle is against us.
Yes.
Or it's against the respondents.
Yes.
And if it's correct, then the appointments, the second appointment and the third appointment fails.
Absolutely.
In other words, if you don't come home on the first point,
Yes.
is it correct to say the second and the third point you fail?
No. It's the other way around, Justice Matop.
No, but if let me put it this way.
Okay.
If we find that the president has the implied power and the necessity that you said does not exist,
Does exist.
right? Then he would have had the power to make the appointment.
Yes, yes, Justice Matop, thank you for that question. I really appreciate it because I think it gives me an opportunity to explain my case properly. Yes, Justice Matop, you're right. In fact, the analogy you make works in the one way, but not the other. Let me explain. If we are correct that the president does not have implied power to act. In other words, he acted ultra vires. Then there's no need for this court to then examine whether that leave of absence was rational or not, because it's already ultra vires.
That's fine.
I agree, yes. So, however, Justice, the opposite does not hold true. So if the court is against us on implied power, then it means the court has to then look into the question of rationality. In other words, let's assume the president does have the power, but on these facts, did he exercise it rationally? And the answer, the short answer we give is that since there is, since he was exercising...
Let's because we've had this long debate.
Yes, we have. Yeah, thank you, Justice.
If he has the power, right? Let's put it this way. You are saying if he doesn't have the power,
that's it.
That's the end of...
Yes.
It's like it's
end of go to rationality.
Falls down. But if he has the implied power, you go to rationality.
Absolutely.
And if we find that the actions or the decisions were rational, you out as well.
I'm out.
So
completely.
If you're out on everything.
No.
That's where I went to ask.
No, okay.
So how can you be in when you're out on the main one?
Okay. Because Justice Matopo, I'm not, it's the president of this country, it's not me who said he must make 3 decisions. So he made the 3 decisions, and we're assailing them. That's why you have prayer 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. So we assail them in their individual right. In other words, to answer your question,
Shouldn't be fine.